Moving on to my segment is the 5 questions I do for every guest on the show. Here we are. So, what's a typical workday like for you?
For me, man, it's usually pretty busy. I start off in the morning covering a Packers practice, including a press conference, and then it's go time. I pretty much turn it, and for me, I'm an MMJ, so I shoot, edit, write all my own stuff, get ready for the newscast, and so the thing about the Packers, every day is different with them. You never know what you're going to get, especially over the past couple of weeks from with Devontae Adams out to now Aaron Rodgers. And then even on game days, one thing that I do love about covering the Packers, they always make it interesting. You go back to earlier this year with the on the road against the 49ers, 37 seconds left, Aaron Rodgers came back. Then you go to Cincinnati. Yep, you go to Cincinnati with one of the wackiest games I've ever seen, with them on the road, and they get it done late in overtime. And then recently on Thursday with the Packers and the Cardinals, that late game interception by Dunbar to get it done as well too. So it's been fun. No day is the same here in Titletown.
Rasul Douglas was actually the one who intercepted that pass because he was on the Cardinals and the Packers picked him up. So my second question for you is, what's the most challenging thing about your job?
That's a good question. For me, challenging is pretty much just getting the stuff done because it's tight deadlines and things break fast here. Things are always moving, but I enjoy it. That's the beauty of it, man. Like, I would say I'm blessed to have the opportunity. Even going back to last year, I remember when COVID hit. Obviously, it was a tough time for everyone. And, the games were different. Lambeau Field wasn't packed out, but I remember walking into the Packers versus Falcons game on Monday Night Football and having an opportunity to go and cover that. I'm like, man, like, this is awesome. I get to talk about sports, even here with you, man, and get paid for it. It's an awesome opportunity. You can't really beat it.
Alrighty. So my third question is, what's been the most fulfilling or rewarding aspect of your career so far?
I would definitely say it's the storytelling. Covering the Packers is awesome. I love reporting and getting a chance to cover practice and games, but getting out in the community and telling different stories. I think here in Green Bay, the fans are incredible, but just the human interest stories. I had one recently about a swim coach who sent a couple kids to the Olympics, who at the same time of coaching these kids, she's raising 2 special needs kids. That's the stuff that means a lot to me and the things I take pride in. So I'll probably say the storytelling and getting out in the community.
Okay, so what's the best thing about your job?
Covering the Packers, without a doubt. I think the Packers have the best fan base in the league. They're a wild bunch, and obviously there's some other good ones, Cowboys, the Raiders, but I think they're lunatics, man, to be able to sit in Lambeau Field and literally negative degree weather and be loud the entire time. You just don't get that around the league. But they're a very nice group as well too. So I definitely say, getting to cover this rabid fan base.
Okay, so if you could interview any sports athlete in the world, who would it be, former or current?
Former or current? You know what? I actually love to do one with Colin Kaepernick. I think we haven't the most recent we've heard from him is this documentary, but I think there's a lot of questions about just the way his tail end of his career played out that we haven't seen on interview. And so, first of all, to get that, I'll be breaking some news there just as a journalist. You know what I mean? But I think there's a lot of questions, that I think a lot of people have of him, and I think that's one of the critiques as well too. That towards the tail end of his career, we just didn't get a chance to really hear from him. There'd be messages here and there, but after he was out of the league, you just didn't hear a ton from him. So to have an opportunity to sit down and talk with him, that would be an awesome opportunity.
Regardless of what people think of him,
Sure.
he's going down in history books forever. So
100%.
that's one thing. Even if people remember his crappy career or his Super Bowl with against the Ravens with Harbaugh, and who knows? I mean, he's definitely going down in the books for sure. And there'll be more to come for him, from sure. There will be more to come of him in the near future. The Netflix documentary, some stuff on ESPN. But it's interesting. As a journalist, it's always cool to hear what people have to say. So I completely agree with you for that.